Welcome to Small Groups with Hope Commons. Our goal in our small groups is to connect you deeper to Jesus through studying Scripture and incorporating spiritual formation practices into your life. We want to help you build and strengthen your relationship with others who want to be like Jesus too. And of course, our goal is to have fun. Changing and growing with others is a good thing. This week in our weekend teaching, I shared about knowing God more. John opens up his first letter to these small churches in Ephesus with this: "We announce to you what existed from the beginning." John wants his readers to reflect on what God has been doing since the very beginning. This is a reference to Genesis, the creation poem, which tells the story about God bringing order to chaos. From the very beginning, God has been bringing order to this world. Does it ever feel like chaos, dysfunction, and the craziness of life is inevitable? Like this world, this life that I live will always be like this. It feels like this at times. The chaos, the dysfunction, it's never going to end. And living in a world of chaos, our temptation can be to become middle managers of chaos. We just try to manage it. If we begin to accept it, we might even figure out how to make the dysfunction and the chaos work for our benefit. But God doesn't manage chaos. He rules over it. He sorts it out. He conquers it. The next line of this first verse reminds this small church that they have been partners with God in ruling over the chaos. They have heard the stories of lives being transformed. They have been witnesses to God's work, and their hands have been at work with God in His mission to conquer the chaos. I wonder for these small churches in Ephesus, where people are abandoning the faith, false teachers are gaining influence in their ranks. I wonder if there's this temptation just to kind of accept it and manage it. I think this is why John reminds them of their history, of being part of God's work in the world. In our groups, we are going to talk about knowing God more. In the midst of struggles these churches are facing in Ephesus, John wants them to know God even more. He wants them to have this deep fellowship, this deep intimacy with God. You see, the longer we walk with the Lord, the more we get to know Him. We realize the depth and His greatness. Consider the words of the psalmist in Psalm 36, verse 5. It says this: "But your loyal love, Lord, extends to the skies. Your faithfulness reaches the clouds. Your righteousness is like the strongest mountains. Your justice is like the deepest sea. Lord, you save both humans and animals. Your faithful love is priceless. God, humanity find refuge in the shadow of your wings. They feast on the bounty of your house. You let them drink from your river of pure joy. Within you is the spring of life. In your light, we see light. Extend your faithful love to those who know you. Extend your righteousness to those whose heart is right. Don't let the feet of arrogant people walk all over me. Don't let the hands of the wicked drive me off. Look, right there is where the evildoers have fallen, pushed down, unable to get up." May you grow in your knowledge and love of God this week.